Hello friends, welcome to this day 2 of AWS series, AWS Zero to Hero. So today we are going to see two important concepts. I hope everyone has set up their AWS free tier account as we discussed in last tutorial. Today we are going to see two important concepts. First one is when you log into AWS, you feel like lost. There are almost 100 plus services that are there. So out of that, which one are important, right? So we will just take a tour of the AWS console. That is the first thing that we are going to do today. And the second thing is we are going to set up the MFA, that is multi-factor authentication, for our root account. So let's get started. So first, this is my AWS console. So you can consider AWS console is divided into 5 main areas. One of the important aspect over here is first you need to understand what exactly you are looking for. So one of the important factor over here is the search bar. So if you come to the search bar and if you search for any services, right? For example, if I want to search for AWS S3, right? So I can directly search it from here and I will be able to directly go to this particular service. So this search bar is one of the important tool which you should be aware of, and you will be able to navigate to any service based on the search that you wanted to perform. The second one is all services. So if you go to the service tab, all services, so services are categorized by their type. For example, compute, in compute we have EC2, Lambda, Batch, Elastic Beanstalk. Container services, Elastic Container Services, that is ECS or EKS, all of them are there. Storage services like S3, EFS, Glacier, all these services are there. So as you can see, there are hundreds of services which are recognized or which are categorized by their type. So this is one of the important area which you can consider from here. Same thing, if you click on this particular icon, you will be able to get all these services based on their working, right? So if you go to the compute, you will see all the compute services over here. Containers, you will be able to see all the containers over here. So accordingly, you will be able to jump onto any particular service of your choice. This is the third tool that we have seen. The fourth one is if you go to the right hand top corner, there if you click on that, you will see there are different region, right? So consider region as a nearest data center to your location. So in my case, I'm based out of Pune, so I will click on Mumbai and I will select all the resources which are there inside the Mumbai region, right? So the Mumbai region, the it is called as AP-South-1, right? This is the location. That means the region I have selected is Mumbai, which is nearer to me, so that whenever I deploy any application, so there will be no latency, no network latency that I can face. So based on your nearest region, you can select the nearest region from this location. Okay. So as you can see, all the services, those will be tagged with your region. So as soon as I change the region, the page gets loaded one more time and it will change the region to your choice region which you have selected, right? The fifth tool that we wanted to understand over here is if you click on this particular account, right? So there is a 12-digit account ID that you will be able to see, account name you will be able to see, and details about your account, right? So we are coming to this particular location again in order to set up the MFA, that is multi-factor authentication. So all in all, these are the some of the tools which you should be aware. So I will just repeat it again. Search bar. So through the search bar, you don't need to remember any service and anything like that. So wherever you want to go, you just type it, right? So if I wanted to go to Elastic Kubernetes services, so I just entered EKS and it has shown me that particular service. So search bar is your go-to tool or a handy tool. So whenever you want to search for any service, if you want to jump onto any particular service, in that case you just search for here and from there you will be able to go to that particular service. The second one is all service tab. So if I go to all services, services will be categorized based on their type, like compute, container, storage, management and governance, quantum technology. This is the newest one that has been released. Security and identity compliances. All these services are listed over here. So you can go to these services based on your requirement. If you click on this square icon, again the same services you will be able to see based on the categories. So for example, if I want to go to elastic beanstalk, right, so I can go to the computer and from here I can go to the elastic beanstalk, right. So this is the brief overview, right. Three stages or three areas we have seen onto the left hand side, and if you go to the right hand side you will see the region. As I mentioned, region means the data center nearest to you. So I have selected my nearest location as Mumbai since I am based out of Pune. So if I click on the particular region which is nearer to me, the page gets loaded and you will see the region has been changed to the Mumbai. The Mumbai region is also called as AP-South-1, right. So this region information, it will be needed whenever we are accessing the services through APIs, right. So AP-South-1 will make more sense whenever we are trying to access the services through the APIs. Okay, on the right hand top corner we have this account setting, wherein we will be able to see 12-digit account number, account name, right. All the information related to the account, billing and cost management, security credential, all these information you will be able to see. If you click on billing and cost management, so you should make a practice, like every day or every 2 days we have a habit of checking our bank balance, right. So make a habit that every time whenever you log into AWS, come to this location, billing and cost management, so that you will be able to check whatever is the current cost for the services that you are using, and you won't be surprised. You won't be surprised by the bills. So make sure that make a practice that you every time whenever you log into the AWS, come over here and come to this cost summary to just to check how much bill has been charged for your account, that the services you are working on, right. So one interesting thing over here is, if you go to the credits, as you can see I have been rewarded with the $1,000 credit. So $1,000 I will be using it for my startup. So basically AWS Activate is a program for the founders. So if you have your GST account, so you can apply for this AWS Activate, and AWS will reward you $1,000, right, for a particular period of time. So expiration date is almost after 2 years, right. So for 2 years I can use this $1,000 and I can make make use of that. I won't be charged until this particular amount will be exhausted, right. Being that said, now let's move on to the security part, right. So if you, as per the AWS best practices, it is recommended to have the multi-factor authentication enabled for your root account. What is root account? Root account is the account from which you are logged in, right. So it is best practice to set up a multi-factor authentication for the root account, and never use the root account for spinning or for creating any services. Instead, create a IAM user, right. Give the appropriate permission to that IAM user, and from there you have to operate your account. That is the best practice as per AWS recommendation. Now let's try to set up the multi-factor authentication to my root account. I am already logged into my root account. So if I go to the security credentials, multi-factor authentication, as you can see you don't have any MFA. So I will click on assign MFA. Why there is a need of having the MFA, that is multi-factor authentication? So you can consider it as a AWS as a building. Just to give you one analogy, if you consider AWS as an entire building, right. So the the builder, if he is having the master key, or anyone, the facility engineer or anyone, if he is having the master key of the entire building for all these flats and everything, right, he can go and he can do anything, right. So same way, if your account credential has been exposed to the unauthorized person, they can come to your AWS account and spin up as much as services that they want. So I have seen couple of cases where people without knowing anything about that, people are charged with 2 lakhs 5 lakhs rupees of bill, right? Because someone has stolen their credential. So in order to avoid this situation, if we assign a MFA, no unauthorized user will be able to log into your account, right? That is why we are setting up the multi-factor authentication. So in order to set it up, I will just repeat. You have to click on your account details, go to the security credential. Once you click on security credential, you will see this screen wherein you will be notified that you don't have MFA assigned. I will click on assign MFA, right? So give the MFA name, for example, my AWS prod account. Either you can use the passkey or security key, or you can use the Authenticator app. I usually use the Authenticator app from the Google. Google Authenticator is the name. So you can go to the App Store or Play Store as per your choice and download the Google Authenticator app. So it's free to use and it's very well. It does not show any ads. So I like that tool. So I will select the Authenticator app, click on next. So it says invalid name. You can use the valid characters. For example, I will say Akruti AI MFA, right? I will go next. So the spaces, it didn't like that spaces, so I just removed the spaces and it worked, right? So I will just go to Google Authenticator. Here, once you have downloaded the Google Authenticator on your phone, then click on show QR code, right? So just add the plus symbol in the Google Authenticator, scan this code. It is asking for the MFA code, and it is asking us to wait for 30 seconds to get changed the first code, and it is asking us to enter the second code that we will be able to see. So in just couple of seconds we will get the second code on the Google Authenticator, and we are going to add that code over here. I will say add MFA. Now the MFA has been registered. MFA has been successfully registered to my device, right, for the root account. So how to check that whether it is working or not? So what I will do, I will try to sign it out. Okay, I will sign out from my existing session, right, and I will try to sign it again. So here it will ask you for account ID, alias, IAM username and password. So you have to click on sign in using root user email, right? Root user, whatever user you have set it up on the first day that you have to use. Click on next, give the password, sign in. It is asking for the MFA code. The MFA code you will be able to get it from the Google Authenticator, and I will say sign in. Now I am successfully able to logged into the AWS account. So this is how we are going to set up the MFA. What exactly is MFA? That is multi-factor authentication. Why we need it? In order to restrict the unauthorized access of our AWS account. Why we want to restrict the unauthorized access? Because anyone can get the key, anyone can get the credentials, and they will be able to spin up lot of services on behalf of you in your account, and you will be charged for that. In order to restrict the unauthorized access of your account, we are enabling the multi-factor authentication. In order to enable the multi-factor authentication, click on your account, click on the security credential. From the security credential, you will be able to see like the MFA is not enabled for your account. So you will click on that assign MFA device and install the Google Authenticator. Once the Google Authenticator is there, then initiate the MFA device for this particular root account, and accordingly it will get connected, right? So this is all for today. Tomorrow or in the next series, or on the day 3rd of this series, we will be taking one service at a time. From next time onwards, we will be taking one service at a time. Basically, as you see, there are lot of services, right? If you go to the all services, you will be able to see there are lot of services which are available. You don't need to remember all of them, right? You don't need to remember all of them. You will hardly use 8 to 10 services, right, as per your usage. And based on that, we will try to focus it only on those services, 10 or 15 services at max. And accordingly, you will be able to understand what exactly are the important services, which services you need to give more focus on. As per my experience, EC2, Lambda, Elastic Beanstalk, then Elastic Container Services, Elastic Kubernetes Services, S3, then database, RDS, which is also called as relational databases, right? So database is one of the important thing which we use every time. Then VPC, CloudFront, API gateways, and some of these services are important one. So we will be taking each service every day, and we will be building something real quick. The practical applications of all these services we are going to see. That we will start from next module onwards, right? Thanks for joining today. I hope you have gained some insights after setting. I got lot of DMs like they have set up the AWS account. That's a good starting point, right? Instead of just reading any material or just going through or watching the slides, it is recommended to implement it practically so that you will gain confidence. And as I promised to you, after 40 sessions you will be interview ready and you will be able to pass the AWS solution architect examination. That's my guarantee to you. But keep focused, keep practicing, and see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching.